as we're midway through conversation, I forgot to hit the record button. But anyways, just like a recap for everyone who, like, before the cameras, well, not the cameras, but the mic started going, talking about what the future holds when it comes to this podcast. But yeah, like I was saying, YouTube, it's very difficult, but when it comes to what I want to do, I feel it will be fine, but I just have to get the necessary things, because I feel that's what's always holding people back sometimes. You don't have to get the flashiest stuff. You don't need to get the most expensive stuff to be able to do it, because eventually you can start upgrading, you know? So it's all about the stuff. It's all about what you can, doing the most of what you got.
It's all about patience. You gotta be patient.
No, I know.
It's like,
so I'm not even tripping. Like, think about it. I started this. It was coming up on a year since I was been doing this, and I appreciate all the time you've been on. And if anything, it makes it a little bit more entertaining and stuff. And quite honestly, views do go up when you and I are together here. And so, I mean, take that tidbit with how you do. But yeah, I mean,
it's helping you out, so that's all that matters.
I mean, pretty much this is just for fun. I look to do this because I want to have fun with it, and I would like for the times you are here that you're having fun with it too. That's why it's like, if it ever feels like if you feel like it ever feels like an obligation and stuff, then I mean I can't do anything about it. But I gotta manage. I wish COVID was a little bit. I not even wish COVID was. I do. Long story short, I wish COVID was just gone. We can make things a whole lot easier and things like that. And
you wouldn't have to be suspect about someone sitting in your room and shit.
No, it's not even that. It's like, yeah, I can even, like, quite honestly, I would, like, a vision of mine, I would like to take this podcast on the go and even have it, like, as a video podcast and stuff, not at people's cribs or anything, but, like, just random places with people and stuff, you know? And the thing is, there's people who've done that, and it's like, they don't even go up, like, they have a gimmick about it and all that. Like, this podcast doesn't really have much of an identity. I mean, the biggest thing we really talk about is basketball, because it's kind of hard to get you.
That's the universal language around here.
No.
Sports in general, I guess.
Sports in general.
I'm pretty caught up on baseball, I guess. Like, I know what's going on.
Yeah, but it's like, the thing is, it's like, when I start deep diving into stuff, like, I mean, speaking of which, like, the San Diego Padres versus the Dodgers, they've been playing the last couple of days, and it's been crazy. It's like, that's the games that people should. Those are the types of games that MLB needs to promote to get people to start watching baseball again. Because seeing what was going on, the amount of highlights and stuff, it's kind of like how it was with the Celtics and Warriors game last night.
Celtics took home the dub.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll dive into Steph Curry and Jason Tatum in a little bit. A lot more emphasis on Stephen Curry though. But
bucket.
But yeah, when it comes to baseball and stuff, it's like I can't really fully talk about it, you know. It's like, even to get at least
you can't go into percentages or anything like that.
No, I'm not even talking about that, but just talking about it.
Yeah,
like, when you have a question about it, I'm happy to answer it for you, but it's a completely different thing when it comes to, like, oh, is so and so this great of a player, and, like, because the thing is, when it comes to, like, the NBA draft, that's something you can actually talk about on this podcast and stuff, and that's stuff that people will be interested in talking about. But then you got baseball with, like, the MLB draft. The MLB draft is nothing like the NBA draft. So, like,
how many rounds are there?
There's a lot, actually. I think there might be 20, actually, something like that. I mean, there's a lot of positions and
Doesn't
stuff.
every player get utilized in some way?
Some players don't even make it to the major leagues. So, but I mean, there's always outliers and stuff. Just because you were a first round pick doesn't really mean a whole lot. So, and sometimes it may be a career minor leaguer and things like that. That just goes to show how hard the game really is, you know. So, and
Andre Ingram.
No, but that talks about that. It talks about how it was. It's a callback to how it was last week when we were talking about this. And yeah, and like somebody, I forgot what the guy's name was, but he plays for Atlanta, and he's a 38-year-old who took him 12 years to get back into the majors, and he got back. So, and I look at baseball, it's like, you know, that's love right there. So yeah. That's all I can really say about that. It's like,
I like playing it more because I'm nice at baseball. Get it twisted.
When it comes to the future of even myself, I look.
You're going to the league.
Not even that. I'm like, that's a dream of mine. I'd love for that to happen. That'd be awesome.
Come true if you let him.
Let me just say this: it's like, the dream right now I'm striving for. Like that's something. Hey, if it happens, if I find myself working towards it, all right, cool. But what I find myself working towards right now is trying to, get through school first, and then like see where my career goes from there. Like do internships and things like that, and hopefully, maybe the dream is like ESPN or working someplace like that where I can actually make connections and get to like know people and do things like that. Because
that's LeBron, that's Kyrie.
No, but that's not what I'm saying either. I mean, that would be cool to get.
I know what you mean.
It would be cool to get to know guys like that. But I'm talking about more like people behind the scenes. It's like, oh, I can get you this, or well, not get you this, but hey, like
just having connections in general. I know.
Yeah, like hey, you want to be in a movie? You want to be in a TV show or something? You want to do this? You want to do that? Because that opens so many avenues. That opens so many avenues. I'm going to use wrestling as a example. When it comes to
no, I don't like that shit either.
No, but I'm not even talking about like the wrestlers. I mean, but think about, all right, so let's look grand scale. Look at Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. That he got famous because he became a professional wrestler, and he was one of the greatest of all time, one of the most captivating characters, so like charismatic and things like that. And he took that to the movie scene, and now he's the highest paid actor in the world. And then even on a lesser scale, there's a backstage.
John Cena.
No, John Cena's still kind of up there. He's in the new Fast and Furious movie. I think John Cena's done a lot better for himself.
I haven't seen him recently.
I mean, nobody's ever seen him, you know. I mean, you made a corny joke. You got to make it a little bit more corny. But all right, but there was this girl. She was on, I don't know if you watch First Take a whole lot, but Charlie Caruso.
Never heard of her.
All right, well she subs in for Molly sometimes as
kind of better or worse.
I like her a whole lot better because the thing is, I'm not even trying to get up on Molly like that because I think she's all right. I think she's a whole lot better than what she was a couple of years ago when she would just hijack the whole show. Like, you know, just
not trying to.
But she the whole point of being a moderator and like those kinds of talk shows, it's like, all right, you make sure you keep the program going, how it's scheduled.
Keep Max and Stephen A. in check.
But not even that, but more like you trudge it along. Like I have to play moderator a little bit. Because you don't want to
stay stuck on the topic or get
topics go for too long or things like that, you know. So, but yeah, that's where I was trying to go. I'm trying to find my place and then try to expand off of that because I think that would be nice.
That's the best part.
Think about it. Think about when you're in the NBA. Look at Rick Fox. He wasn't the greatest NBA player, but then you find him in movies and stuff.
He played for Boston for a while. I did not know that.
I believe so, and yes, he did play for. He played for a decent amount of time, and then he would probably be more remembered as a Laker than he was a Celtic. So
he was still good with us.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of like that's like my future in a nutshell, I guess.
I drove my first car today.
Yes, how did it feel?
Scary.
And that's what when it comes to like new drivers and guys out there, I just want to say just. Don't. If you drive scared, it's gonna be really bad. And I know it's kind of like just a side topic at this point before we get into the big stuff. It was just more. It's kind of we talk about life and things like that, and then we just switch into sports talk and all that stuff. But
car is weird. Or maybe it's just because I was a first time driver, but it's okay.
I mean, shoot, and then you start saying about when you actually get your first car and all that stuff. But I mean, hey, we're both going through this journey called life. And that's just how stuff goes, I guess.
Like the quicker I get used to it, the quicker I'll be more comfortable. Yeah.
You know who was really comfortable last night?
What?
Steph Curry, exactly.
And
Jason Tatum and.
I mean, I wouldn't be comfortable if I dropped 47.
No, but all right, but let's not even talk about the Celtics game in a nutshell. But let's talk about Steph Curry the player, because I know we were talking about this earlier.
Absolute.
No, but see, I feel dude got a whole lot of crap for being like when KD was there, people did not know or forgot apparently how good Steph Curry
was still the best.
Steph Curry, I can't say Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time, but here's my reasoning, and I've said this before, is that I don't like comparing players to players whose career is already over and done with somebody's still going on. Like people say, oh, LeBron's the greatest of all time, this, that, and the other. I still look at Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time because LeBron is still playing.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between comparing players from different generations, but it's also a big difference when guys are like, oh, he's better than this person. It's like, let's see how the career pans out first. You know, it's like you just can't start talking nonsense like that because that's just not fair. You know, so but Stephen Curry's he's definitely top 5. I'll give him that. He's top 5.
Just watching him play, it's entertaining.
People are like, oh, he needs to win a championship by himself and this, that, and the other to be. No, Steph Curry's top 3, top 2 point guards. I'll even give him that as high as top 2. I'll give him that.
Who's your number 1?
I mean, number 1, I would have to just go with Magic Johnson. Because who would you have at number 1 then?
I mean,
I'm like, think about it. Compared to anybody else,
Magic is always the go-to, but
Magic.
at the same time, like, I don't like.
He was the floor general of the Showtime Lakers.
He was.
He's won multiple championships. Even he won a championship his rookie year. Won a championship his rookie year. He was a 6'9", right? 6'9" point guard. Dude, like, come on. MVP a couple times.
No, the only reason because I don't get. No, for lack of better terms, he wasn't. He played at the point guard, but he wasn't really a point guard. He was really more of a 3 or a 4.
No, but either way, it's like you kind of like.
If they play him at the point, that's where he is. So yeah.
Because that's what I'm trying to say is when it comes to like who do you have if it's Steph Curry and Magic Johnson aren't the top 2? Who's your number 1?
I mean, you said not to like Steph Curry's career isn't over yet, so I can't say it.
I mean, you can say that's just my personal opinion.
I mean, if I had to imagine,
that's just my ideology towards it. It's like
when it comes to being just a point guard. If I need
I'm talking about the point guard. I'm talking about the point guard position.
Magic Johnson.
All right, then see, you made that whole spiel for nothing. If you were just gonna say Magic anyway.
No, the only reason I was like beside myself about it is because like
it doesn't matter how
at the point.
It doesn't. It's whatever a person was listed as. That's where you put them at.
Yeah.
Like AI, I looked at AI as more as a shooting guard. I know they switched him to point guard as he got older, but no,
he wasn't really built for that.
No, he was more built to be a score first point guard. But I mean, shoot, people would be like, "Oh, if Allen Iverson played in today's NBA, oh, he'd be cold." Dude was cold regardless. He played in the '90s and mid 2000s and all that.
That's back when they could like touch you as a defender.
And dude was still averaging nearly 30 a game. So he's like, I don't know on the efficiency or anything like that. I'm never like I'm big on analytics, but still. But yeah, Steph Curry is a freaking monster, and I don't think the Warriors will do much this year, but as long as Clay, for the love of God, can you like just come back just to see? I want to see those guys play together.
That video of him shooting the corner threes.
Yeah, dude. No, I remember I saw a video of him kayaking to practice or whatever. Yeah, he was on I don't know if he was on a canoe or something. Or no. What was that? What's that boat where like the pedals?
Like you mean the oars?
No, like it's like you pedal. It's like a kayak, but you're pedaling instead. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But he was doing one of those. I'm assuming, but he was like, "Oh, we're he said canoeing or kayaking to practice." Somebody said, "No, that's not kayaking, bro." He said something like that. Somebody said something like that. But yeah, I want to see Clay. Clay will probably definitely come back and just start popping off. And let's not, and like going back to Steph Curry, let's not forget that this time next year, Mans is probably gonna have the 3-point record in the bag. So I say even when that day comes, dude, people are gonna look at him. Oh, this dude's the greatest player of all time. He's the greatest shooter of all time. I'll give him that right now. He's the greatest shooter of all time. Like you're kidding, dude. I forgot they put up a graphic last night. I think most games in a season with like 10 or more threes or something. Steph has 5. I believe they even said this year, and everybody else combined. Or no. I think it was like season something like that. It was something weird.
Something where Steph Curry.
I didn't know. I think players with like 10 or more threes or something, or players with games with 10 or more threes. Steph had 20. Everybody else didn't even combine for 20. So he had more than the 4 other players combined. I believe Zach LaVine was on that list. Clay was on that list. James Harden. Pretty much shooters. I wouldn't even say snipers, except Clay. Clay's a sniper. But Clay, that's just, I want to see that backcourt. I want to see that back. Actually, post KD Golden State Warriors.
Right back to where they started.
But my thing is, I think either Kelly Oubre or Wiggins is probably going to have to.
Kelly Oubre got to go.
No, but here's the thing. Kelly Oubre, he had a bad start. But it's more, we're talking about more about Steph Curry now with Clay and Clay coming back, because Steph, I feel they'll probably be able to pull off at least one championship run, at least one more, and then after that, people I guess will stop trying to badmouth stuff like, oh, he was nothing without KD. Stephen Curry is he's probably the best point guard in the NBA right now. I'll give him that too. He's better than Kyrie, in my opinion. He's better than Kyrie. He's better. I mean, I wouldn't even call it.
Definitely better than Kyrie.
I'm trying to think about. He's better than Kemba. He's better than Russell Westbrook. He's better than John Wall. He's better than Chris Paul. He's like, you can name it. It's like, name everyone. He's number one. He's number one. And
the only person I would give that would be at least a challenge is Damian Lillard.
No, Dame's cool.
Yeah.
Dame's cool.
He's
Definitely
probably
number two.
point.
He's number two.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. It would be
Kyrie number 3, in my opinion.
Sure. It's just a problem with
4, Terry Rozier.
Yeah. Terry, scary Terry. I'll give the damn Hornets commentators. We'll go the number one in the league. Better than our commentator. Better than any commentator.
They make me uncomfortable.
No, but even on. All right, so talking about commentators, Golden State, those guys are commentators. Look, here's the thing about commentary. You need to do it. You have to make sure you're trying to have fun, because you are representing fans. That's why it's not why players. Why local commentary teams, they kind of be a little bit more biased to their own team. Because think about it, you're doing it because you're doing it from the perspective of a fan, as well as a professional commentator. You're pretty much a professional fan.
It's always annoying to hear. Like,
no, it's annoying to hear when the commentators being like, "Oh, they need to do this, that." I remember Mark Jackson said yesterday, "Why aren't you guarding Stephen Curry up full court?" He's like, I mean, people get tired, you know that, right? If anything, you're screwing.
Jackson, but you do that, like,
nah.
I'm not trying to hear that.
No, but you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, Steph Curry's cold, and what's really weird, we'll flip to the other side. Jason Tatum. I know we've talked about the Celtics a lot. I mean, a lot.
We're a Celtics podcast.
No, we're Celtics fans running a podcast, but
therefore we're a Celtics.
No, we're not. And I mean, I don't even know what the hell this podcast even is anymore. But I still love doing it no matter what it is. And shoot, even a rebranding is probably gonna have to be in the works eventually.
Work on that.
I'll just leave that tidbit there for everybody, and actually make it seem more like I'm not even gonna start talking about it right now.
Back to Jason Tatum.
But yeah, back to Jason Tatum. Thank you, Jason Tatum. I've even said that dude is maybe gonna even win one MVP, at least one.
I think he'll get more than one.
But I say he at least gets one. I don't know how early he'll get it, and. The definitely as long I feel Mans has a 30-point season in him. I feel Mans has an MVP season in him. I feel he has a couple of championships coming his way. And
you think Jalen got all of that?
Maybe not MVP, but Jalen definitely going to be like one of the bunch of All NBA.
Definitely average 30 in my opinion.
He's probably my thing. I love Jalen, but I think he's on the path of Dwayne Wade, one of the greatest players to never win an MVP. Dwayne Wade, in my opinion, is the greatest player to never win one.
I'm surprised that he never won. He won a Finals MVP, right?
No, Finals MVP, yeah, that's one thing. But he can even make the arguments like, I don't care about regular season. I care about the Finals MVP is the one that matters. I mean, your ass got championships. Like
But then again, Andre Iguodala.
No, but that's not downplaying Finals MVP, because here's the thing: if you beat LeBron James, it's more about
no, it's the person who's guarding LeBron.
Because think about it. Well, I think everyone except Manu Ginobili. Or no, it wasn't Manu Ginobili who won that Finals MVP, right? It was Tony Parker. No, I'm talking about 07.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember who won that Finals MVP. I think it might have been Tony. Yeah, I think it was Tony Parker.
Was it Tim?
No, it was Tony Parker. I remember. Yeah, it was most definitely Tony Parker, I believe. And then I believe Manu did win one, actually. And
Manu was just a consistently good player. It was like he was never too good, but he was never too bad at the same time.
But going back to Tatum and these guys, it's like they've won 6 straight now. And I'm going to make it into a broader topic because I want to talk about the Eastern Conference a little bit, and we can even save talking about the playoff picture in a couple more weeks anyway. But when it comes to Tatum and the Celtics, they won 6 straight, and now they're 5th seed or something. We would be playing Atlanta if the season ended today. But think about it. Even last week, and yeah, we can talk about Kemba in a second too. When it comes to just last week or just a few weeks ago, we were barely in the playoffs. We were the 8th seed or something like that, or we were in the play-in tournament. and we turn on. Look, I had a feeling this team was going to go on a stretch. Either a really bad one where we just fall out the playoffs entirely, and this, that, and the other, or we go on a really good one, which I was more confident in. We were going to go on a stretch and start winning games. We're probably the best chance we probably have of doing anything is maybe hit 3rd seed or 4th seed or something. But I mean, quite honestly, if they're doing the bubble again, then I guess home court advantage doesn't really matter. But yeah, I feel it's either Milwaukee or 76ers. Actually, no, scratch that. It's either Brooklyn or Philadelphia as number 1, and then the other will be number 2. And then I believe Milwaukee may have number 3 on lock anyway. And I feel we'll probably hit number 4. Realistically, it doesn't really matter seeding. Because if anything, any team that faces us that would be a scary matchup for them. But hey, us versus Atlanta, that'd be fun. But it's always so weird the way the Eastern Conference is right now. Because the way it is right now is probably going to be a bloodbath. Think about it. That's just nuts. Like, imagine if the Knicks faced Brooklyn. If Brooklyn got the 1st seed. Miami.
It's a very
but we can't disrespect Miami either. Imagine Brooklyn versus Miami. Because Miami's the 7th seed, so they would have played Brooklyn. And I know when it comes to the playoffs now, I remember a few years back, it'd be like, oh, all right, you sweep these guys or you beat these guys. Like, you know who's going to make it to the 2nd round and make it to the conference finals or whatever. But now it's kind of like you have your eyes on Brooklyn, and think about it. Now they're down LaMarcus Aldridge since, he had to retire and everything.
Which is...
it sucks. But
no, I'm glad he retired because of his health. Because
no, absolutely. It was kind of... I wouldn't say it was for anybody who doesn't know, it was like an irregular heartbeat, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And he's had that problem throughout his entire career.
But I think it got bad. And like guys like Chris Bosh, who had to retire because of like blood clots and like heart issues and stuff. Like, we don't want another Reggie Lewis incident again.
I'm glad he's taking time for himself.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, he had a good career. But yeah, Brooklyn's now down. Yeah, Brooklyn's now down LaMarcus Aldridge. And what comes to Miami versus Brooklyn, I don't know. Especially if Kyrie, KD, and Harden are on the floor together. Because here's the thing, I don't think Jimmy has a problem guarding Kyrie.
No, he'll guard. I feel like he's gonna guard Harden.
Jimmy will be like, give me somebody, and I don't care I don't care. Because I feel if Miami's anything like how they were last year, they'll probably try to take Brooklyn's lunch.
Actually,
but I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm just saying.
I feel like the matchup, if that is like the matchup there, it'll probably be Jimmy's probably guarding Kevin, and they'll have VL guard James.
Who?
Wow. And
yeah, I've never heard anybody call him VO. That just sounds wrong.
For Kyrie, I don't know who they'll put.
Kyrie
not putting no Tyler Hero.
No, Kyrie giving buckets to whoever the hell is getting.
It don't matter. Go on Dragic, man.
Nah, I'm dropping. I'm giving 40. I'm giving you 40. Giving Depot 40. Giving Jimmy 50. Actually, no. That's Harden. That's Harden's mindset. Yeah. Never mind. That'd be hard.
It's hard to give nobody 50 in the playoffs.
I'm sorry. No. If James Harden pulls out regular season MVP James Harden, he's gonna look at Dragic give you 40, Depot give you 40, Jimmy I'll give you 50. Actually, I'll give you 35 since I like you. I'll give you 50. Give you 50. Huh?
On 11 for 29.
Yo, Iguodala, bro, I'll give you 60.
He's still on that team. I had no idea.
No, he's still on the team. I don't know how long though.
Ugly.
Yo, keep Udonis Haslem on the bench.
Man, if they play him at all, I'll be sick.
I'm giving you 100, bro. I'm joking. All right, I ain't disrespecting OG Udonis Haslem. But yeah, it's
Mr.
like
Miami.
No, but that's crazy. He's kind of, he went to school in Miami. He's from Miami, I believe.
Technically, he is Mr. Miami.
He's never the greatest Miami Heat of all time, but shoot, he's played in the same area his entire career. He's pretty much watching basketball. He's getting paid to watch basketball games.
Man.
And to give motivational speeches in the locker room. He has an all-access pass to the NBA. And he got respect.
Man, everybody respects.
He'd be like, hey, no, don't disrespect me. I'll have him knock your ass out. I don't even have to touch you.
Not UD. Whatever. But, yeah, he gets respect, man.
No, but now thinking about it now, I know we kind of overreacted when it came to Brooklyn. So, I mean, they're looking more and more, I wouldn't say beatable, but they look more and more like human, yeah. So, I guess that's something to keep an eye on. And
Brooklyn's probably going to end up guarding themselves.
I mean, shoot, we just got to see what happens. If it really hits the fan, I feel like all three, like everybody on that team's going to be like, oh, man. I hope they don't pull a Clippers if they lose a series and be like, we didn't have enough time together on the floor. Watch out for this, that, and the other. It's like, nah, don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
Kyrie comes back.
Nah, imagine Kyrie's like, I'm retiring. I'm done. I'm over this. Because
For not winning.
Nah, but I remember Dennis Schroeder, what was it? Like, he got in a fight with Dennis Schroeder, and then Dennis said something that you can easily read of what he said, and then Kyrie took a game off.
Yeah, like, come on.
And people at ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, more specifically, he said, Kyrie's been taking all these personal days, this, that, and the other. Like, we get all that. You go handle your business. But we ain't ever hear from him being like, here's some of my salary back. Because think about it, it's not robbery, but you're treating this like a 9 to 5, like you get paid vacation time. That's the off season, bro. That's how that is.
Y'all get that time off.
You want the time off? All right, we'll see you in the off season.
Or you getting cut?
But you see what I mean? So it's like it's so many different storylines just in the playoff picture altogether, and we were just scratching the surface on even talking about Brooklyn and Miami, and that might not even be the series or the matchup anyway. So we got that to think about, and just to change gears, just kind of wrap this up on a final topic. Who's your MVP then? I know we were talking about Finals MVPs and things like that. Yeah, but who do you think deserves MVP? You need time to think about it?
I really...
No, because I'm going to have to talk about the frequent rotation anyway.
Who do you have in the race?
Well, I guess I know Bleacher Report reported they did like Dame, Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, and there was one more person. Hold on, I said Jokic,
I'm surprised.
Embiid, Jokic, Embiid, not Harden. I got to pull it up now.
So as of right now, I'll probably say the MVP.
All right, no, I got it right here. So it was Jokic, Embiid, it was Luka, Giannis, and Dame. So that I can't believe I forgot about Luka. But
I say for me, Damian Lillard.
You say Damian Lillard.
How if we're talking most valuable player, Damian Lillard. If they don't have Damian Lillard, they're not.
No, but yeah, I understand what you're saying because I follow that. I follow that ideology as well when it comes to like if a player wasn't on said team, they wouldn't have been as good.
That's why D-Rose won his MVP.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, LeBron deserved it. Maybe LeBron did. But I mean, shoot, think about it. If LeBron was wasn't on that Miami Heat team,
they're still making the playoffs.
They will at least still make the play. They'll be fine. Yeah. Having LeBron is just over the top. And all right, so you said Dame, and I respect that. I respect your decision. I think that Dame deserves an MVP. But I would say I know at the beginning of the year I said Luka, and shoot, he may still have a good chance of it. Like, I don't know how the Mavs have been doing recently in this set, but dude's been going off. But I would say, especially now, if the Nuggets stay afloat, Nikola Jokic deserves an MVP. This year. Think about it. I can't even pull up his stats right now.
Yeah, they're absurd.
Think about it. This dude is putting up career high in points per game. I don't know about rebounds. I believe rebounds. And I know his assists have gone down, but not by a lot. 26.1 points per game, 11 rebounds, 8.8 assists. So pretty much 9 assists. Dude is averaging nearly a triple-double and one of the best offenses in the league. Without him, Nuggets are bottom feeders in the Western Conference. I say that. I don't know what place they're in. I don't even know the standings, quite honestly. I should probably pull that up as well. But I believe it's like the Clippers. He's the offense. He's what makes the team go.
But I would say, yeah, that's a
yes. All right, so here we go. We got the first 5 seeds. I can actually pull them all up. Hold on. So we got Utah, Suns, Clippers, Nuggets are the 4 seed, Lakers, Trailblazers, Mavericks, Grizzlies, and then you got Golden State at the 9 seed, and then San Antonio's trying to get there.
Utah's definitely not getting talked about as much as they say.
No, like
Donovan Mitchell, bucket. Rudy Gobert.
No, this is what I gotta say because we can always push this all to like next week or even further beyond when it comes to like early playoff prediction because that's like damn near 40 minutes in itself because we're already pushing like half an hour. But I would say this. I'll say this about the Nuggets because And think about it. They're the 4 seed, and they're 36-20. 36-20. Let's look at 36-20. 36-20 would have been third in the NBA. Actually, not third in the NBA. It would have been right on the heels of Brooklyn. They would have been like 2 games out of the 2nd seed, but they're the 4 seed. That's nuts. And if they stay afloat and they even like catch,
What was Utah's record?
Utah was like 42 and something. Utah 42-15. So my thing is, it's like just to even do a quick tidbit on Utah. Utah, I feel they're well deserved. Probably one of the best. Like, you got Gobert, who's gonna give you great defense at the rim and all that. Donovan Mitchell is what makes that offense go. Without Donovan Mitchell, that team would probably still be a playoff team. But without Donovan Mitchell, that's the person that can help you win a championship if you're the first seed and all that.
He's the D Wade.
Mike Conley, he was an all-star. Granted, it's like I feel it was long deserved, whether or not.
5 years removed.
No, even when he was averaging 20 points per game for like the Grizzlies and stuff way back when.
I feel like he deserved the All-Star when his last year in Memphis.
Yeah, because he was actually starting to show like, hey, I'm a 20-point per game scorer in this league. Like, come on. But I would say about Utah is definitely better than what people were trying to say, like, oh, they're the 2015 Hawks. No, the 2015 Hawks would get their asses stomped out by a damn Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell-led Jazz team. And
who's guarding D Mitch on that? Like,
you ain't. Well, I mean, put Kyle Korver on him. Kyle Korver,
the best defender you got on a team is Tabo. That's it.
And I don't even want to put disrespect on Tabo because he was a pretty good player. But yeah, Utah, you got to look out. There's so many storylines. Like I said, there's so many storylines going into the postseason, and there's still a few weeks out, so we don't know how the seeding's going to end up and all that. So we got in the future. We'll talk about early predictions, and we'll even talk about the playoffs when they're actually set in stone. So we got some plans for the future and whatnot. And well, the future looks bright. So I guess we'll leave it at that. Just kind of a quick tidbit before we all go. I would say, and I didn't really think about it too hard when it came to the frequent rotation list this week. But let's think about it.
Go listen to some Saba.
You know what, Johnny? I'll let you take it. You say it. All right. Pick one song by Saba.
Are You Down Part 2?
Is that something you've been listening to a lot?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I haven't listened to it, so I guess.
Are You Down Part 2?
Are You Down Part 2? Johnny, you talk about it? Because I know I usually been talking about it.
It's a mix between old school and just bouncy rap. That's what Saba does. Absolute masterpiece, in my opinion.
What does it talk about?
What's it talking about?
Like what do you get from it? Like,
just a weekend song.
no, but what does that mean? What do you get from the song? What does the song tell you?
The song?
Like, what is there a meaning behind
the song, basically.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Johnny guy put you on to a party song for the frequent rotation. So this is the first time it's a Johnny edition. So I hope you enjoy it. Congratulations.
It's better give us at least 50 million views.
I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the podcast. A lot of things going on in the future. I'm just glad you guys are on for the ride. Just join us.
Great.
Keep it here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow us on IG @OnsidePod. Take care, guys. Happy Sunday.